Local hockey legend Dave Capuano is being enshrined in the Rhode Island Hockey Hall of Fame this weekend as a member of the 2020 class. The Cranston resident is already considered a Hall of Famer at his alma maters, Mount St. Charles and the University of Maine. But I caught up with him to find out what it means to him to be honored by his home state. Taylor Begley here with Dave Capuano, who's being enshrined into the Rhode Island Hockey Hall of Fame. Now, you have many accomplishments, Dave. Let me list some of them here. Two-time All-State at Mount St. Charles, two-time All-American at Maine, and you played professionally, including for the Providence Bruins here. You also still hold the all-time scoring record at your alma mater, Maine. So with all those accomplishments, where does this one rank being enshrined into the Rhode Island Hockey Hall of Fame?
Well, it's a great accomplishment. When as you're growing up, this is not something you think of, but I'm so happy to be enshrined into something my brother's enshrined with, and so many greats, Vince Cimini and the group there. I'd like to thank them, the whole board, for introducing me into this Hall of Fame. Obviously, we have a lot of Mount St. Charles, Scott Snow and Paul Gay going in too, and David Quinn, another Cranston, going into the 2021 class.
Now, Dave, you mentioned your brother, and I know that your brother is also in the Hall of Fame. So what does your brother mean to you as far as your hockey career, and how much impact did he have on your success?
Well, we were 2 years apart, so he was older, always the older brother. So he kind of always would beat up on you when you're little, right? So, but we all grew up together. We all played together. We all played street hockey together. We all grew up in that mentality of always being outside playing sports. And, I always looked up to him. He went a different route, going to Kent Prep School along with David Quinn, which is pretty amazing. Those two take a stride towards that route and end up being two coaches in the National Hockey League. So, but it was, to be All-Americans the same year, to play on Vancouver Canucks, the first Brother Act, it's special. And it's special to be enshrined in something like this Hall of Fame forever with him.
That was going to be my next question. What does it mean just to have him along this ride with you throughout your hockey career? What has it meant to share all of those moments with him?
Well, I think it's more so based on your parents, right? I mean, the commitments that they giving up so much to put you on the ice, to put you in different states playing hockey. The commitment they made for us, I think, is more probably what we look back on as adults, saying how much they were committed to us and how lucky we are to have the parents we had.
And what does it mean to you to represent your state in the Rhode Island Hockey Hall of Fame, being one of the best to come out of the state?
Well, what means a lot is that you're enshrined with other greats. Harvey Bennett leading the way, and the Bennett family. Dick Ernst, who's not in the Hall of Fame, but had a great Cranston East career, and led Cranston East to Kavanaugh's and all those guys. Cranston was a great high school team back then. So it means a lot to be enshrined with all the great players.
And you mentioned the Dunkin Center has an area where people can go to look at some of the memorabilia. Do you want to talk a little bit about that? I know you mentioned that and how cool that is for some of the fans out in Rhode Island that they might want to go check out.
Yeah, I think there's a wall of fame that's going up at the Dunkin Center, and they have kiosks with everybody on it. So it's really cool. And it's one of the things that Vince Cimini and the whole board did for the Rhode Island Hockey Hall of Fame. And I think it's just really neat. And I know they're also working on a museum to come.
And what do you think this does for Rhode Island hockey and maybe growing the game to spotlight some of the great talent that came through Rhode Island?
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. I think what they've done is fantastic. And I think it's a great organization led by great people. And I think it's only helping to get hockey out there more and more.
And do you have any final message to the viewers, your fans out there in Rhode Island?
No, just thank you. I so much appreciate being enshrined in this Hockey Hall of Fame and for Rhode Island, and all the great players, like I said, that are going in. I mentioned God Snow and the Belials, and I mean, there's so many people that I'd like to mention, but there's not enough time. But obviously the coaches, the Belials at Mount St. Charles, and my coach at Maine, Sean Walsh, rest his soul. A lot of those people that meant the world to me.
Now, you can watch the enshrinement ceremony tomorrow night at 10 p.m. on WSBE TV 36. Congratulations to Dave and the rest of the 2020 and 2021 Hall of Fame classes.